Network Entertainment.
Dapat yung potential natin ma-realize sa isang kumpanya na pagtatrabahuan natin. If you settle in one company and you know that you're only putting out 20% of what you are, you will not be happy. Kahit na malaking sweldo niyan, it will not be fulfilling.
Totoo yan.
You'll be fulfilled when you know that you're realizing your potential and that you're growing and that you're doing a lot of things.
Mga Immortal, welcome to the Underpaid Podcast. I'm your host, Stanley Chi. Ito ang podcast na pro-employee para sa mga Immortal wherein we talk about work-related topics in a light manner na parang nagkukwentuhan lang tayo sa pantry. Kasama ko ang aking co-host si Zar De Los Reyes, ang inyong career coach and freelancing Zar, the Senior Recruiting Manager of Upwork. Diba? At syempre, Zar, napaka-special ng episode na to.
Oh, excited na nga ako.
Oo. Kasi ang guest natin, walang iba kung hindi si Kuya Kim Atienza.
Nako.
Hello, Kuya Kim.
Hello guys.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Isang malaking karangalan na nandito ako ngayon. Pero trivia lang, no? It's the first time that I met Stanley in person. Pero una kami nagkilala when Twitter was new. When X was still Twitter. Isa kami sa mga first adapters noon. It was the first or second year of Twitter.
When was that?
I think that was 2009.
Something like
Wow.
that. 2009. Ang Facebook noon parang 2007.
Yes, oo.
Tagal na.
2009 and then una tayo ron eh.
Yes.
That was the time when Twitter was still a pleasant place to
Oo. Wala pang nag-aaway-aaway.
Walang away noon.
Good vibes
Good
pa lang.
vibes
Ngayon,
no?
toxic eh.
Wala pang Instagram nun masyado.
Wala pa.
Oo.
And Facebook was 2 years old.
Oo.
So ang social media nun, dalawa lang.
Yeah.
Facebook and Twitter. Hindi, meron tayong ano nun.
Yung Friendster, kamamatay-matay lang ng Friendster.
Buhay-buhay pa nun ng
Oo.
konti. Friendster.
Yun.
Yeah.
And then we had a show. I had a show with sila Bogart the Explorer, sila Jaco De Leon, yung front act. I was interviewing someone na nagva-violin. Doon kayo nag-reply doon sa ano.
Doon sa Twitter.
Kasi may pinagtitripan ako nagva-violin, ini-interview ko siya.
Ano sabi ni Kuya Kim?
Wala, sabi you're the violin, yung nangungulit doon sa nagva-violin.
Talaga?
Oo, kasi habang nagva-violin siya seryoso, ini-interview ko siya, tinatanong ko. Hindi makasagot yung kinakausap ko noon. Ayun, anyway, ang topic natin, Kuya Kim, is paano mo pakikisamahan yung mga bago mong kaopisina. Kasi alam naman ng lahat from ABS, lumipat kayo ng GMA7.
Tama.
Oo.
Alam mo, pagkabilis ng panahon, ano?
Oo.
Sa utak ko, parang kakalipat ko lamang sa GMA eh. But actually, it's my 4th year in GMA already.
Wow.
And I signed my 3-year renewal of my contract about January. 4 months ago. 4 months na. So, ang bilis ng panahon. So, sa utak ko, bago lamang ako sa GMA, pero mag-4 na taon na ako. Ang bilis.
Kuya Kim, yung transition nung dating palipat ka pa lang. Kasi may mga chismis na lumalabas na nakita namin yung motor ni Kuya Kim sa gate ng GMA.
May mga suspense pa, no?
Nag-ano na?
Actually, nung nakita niyo yung motor ko sa GMA, it was already done. Kasi nagpaalam ako sa mga boss ko, I was able to say goodbye naman properly eh.
Yeah.
I have several bosses in ABS because in ABS, I had a contract with news and then I had a contract with entertainment. And of course, the bosses of ABS, Tita Cory and Carlo Vidanes are personal friends. So I had to say goodbye to several people formally. And yung nakita yung motor ko sa GMA nung panahon na yun, I was given up to September 30 to file my last report and to do my last segment in TV Patrol and to say goodbye properly. And then yung nakita yung motor ko, pinaplano na yung transition ko.
Was it a smooth transition?
Oh yeah, very smooth. Well, it was very smooth technically, but personally, it was not smooth for me. It was very, very difficult. Any change in career or life, any change in your life is very difficult to do.
That's true.
And it was very tough for me because ABS-CBN made me. I was in ABS for 17 years. And in 17 years na yun, the reason why Kuya Kim is Kuya Kim as known by the public is because of ABS-CBN. And how do I say goodbye to such a company that I was part of for a long time? Yet, life is about change. And for us to keep growing, it can be painful. And life, whom the Lord loves, He chastises, di ba? Ang puno, para lumaki at para lumago, kailangan pinuprune yan. At ang pruning ay masakit. At ang pagtanggap sa iba't ibang pagbabago sa buhay, that's part of pruning. Kung hindi mo tatanggapin ang mga pagbabago sa buhay, then you become stunted and you stay small.
Oo. Pero, Kuya Kim, may mga nagtampo ba nung umalis kayo?
Meron.
Oh?
Marami nagtampo. Lalong-lalo na yung mga talagang solid na kapamilya, and then mga fans ko sa Showtime, and then nagtampo, which is normal. I was expecting it to come, and then when it came, I took it because it's part and parcel of change. Pero sa dami naman na nagtampo, marami namang mga bagong kapuso na naging natuwa naman sa akin. Yet, time still proved the decision to be correct. Kasi nung panahon na yun, parang, naku, wala naman loyalty. Yung pala, after 3 years, magkikita-kita kaming lahat sa GMA.
Oo.
Kasi wala nang network core ngayon eh. Which means that I made the right decision. I just made it early.
Oo. Early adapter naman kasi talaga si Kuya Kim.
But
Diba?
what made you decide? Because 17 years, you're right, that's a very difficult decision. What made you decide to
A time came kasi that I had no more shows, no? For me, the money is secondary. I want to be fulfilled in what I do. It's the psychic income that's bigger for me. It's what makes me fulfilled, no? Nawala na yung show ko kasi nga wala na kaming prangkisa, nawala yung Matanglawin, which is my show. And then nawala na rin yung Showtime, nawala ako sa Showtime, and then ang ginagawa ko na lamang, I was saying weather. I was doing the weather. I have nothing against that, but I think that I have more to offer. I still have about more than 10 years in my career, and I would like to do more things. But even if ABS would want me to do more things, wala na eh. Talagang nawala yung prangkisa, nawala ang airtime namin. And moving to GMA was an opportunity to be able to do things that I love to do. Nandiyan pa rin I still have a variety show now. I don't do weather anymore, by the way. But I have my trivia segment in mainstream news in 24 Oras. And then I had Dapat Alam Mo, which is an infotainment show for 3 years. And then now I have Dami Mong Alam, Kuya Kim. So I'm actually very busy doing 3 shows and 2 of them daily in GMA7. And that is the reason, dapat yung potential natin ma-realize sa isang kumpanya na pagtatrabahuan natin. If you settle in one company and you know that you're only putting out 20% of what you are, you will not be happy. Kahit na malaking sweldo niyan, it will not be fulfilling.
Totoo
You'll
yan.
be fulfilled when you know that you're realizing your potential and that you're growing and that you're doing a lot of things. Now, in fairness to ABS again, they would want to give that to me. Pero walang mabigay na talaga dahil
yung prangkisa.
Wala ng prangkisa. At nag-cut cost silang lahat. So lahat ng mga shows sa public affairs natanggal na. Nawala na yung Matanglawin was on air for 15 years. But it's nothing personal eh. Because I still am with the public. Wala na rin network core. Yung mga dating ayaw manood sa Kapuso ngayon, nanonood na rin. And I'm able to do things that I think God destined me to do, which is television.
Ito, personal opinion lang, Kuya Kim, para sa inyo. Mas nakatulong ba sa mga nanonood ng TV yung nawala yung ABS? O mas maganda kasi natuto silang mag-internet?
Yung bago pa mag-pandemic at bago pa nawala ang prangkisa ng ABS, nakabasa ako ng study eh. At yung study sinabi that TV will become a very small niche in 15 years. Kung anong nangyayari ngayon, dapat 15 years, dapat 12 years from now pa lang to eh. But it was sped up, napabilis because of 2 things. The first is the pandemic. Wala namang may alam na magkaka-pandemic. Natuto ang mga tao na makinig at manood sa telepono. At the same time, itong mga early adapters na mga content providers at mga platform, natuto rin mag-adapt at ginawang maganda. Dati-rate, pangit ang pixel pag nanood ko sa telepono eh. Ngayon, high def na. High def at mabilis. Kasi kailangan. That's one. Natuto ang tao na manood sa telepono at sa kanilang mga device. At pangalawa, nawala ang prangkisa ng ABS-CBN. Yung nawala ang prangkisa ng ABS-CBN, hindi naman lumipat sa GMA7. Lumipat sa telepono. Kasi ABS is still available online, digitally. So, imbis na nanatiling malaki ang viewership ng free television, napunta ang marami sa device.
Pero ABS pa rin eh, no? Kung ang mga viewers ng ABS loyal sa ABS, bakit yung mga ibang empleyado hindi lahat loyal sa kumpanya?
Sa lahat naman ng kumpanya may ganyan. Hindi naman ABS lamang
Oo.
ng ganyan. Sa lahat naman ng kumpanya merong empleyadong hindi loyal,
Oo.
merong empleyadong loyal. Nalagay lang sa spotlight ang ABS.
Oo. So, paano nyo pinakisamahan yung mga bago nyong kaopisina? Kasi, bagong mundo ito, GMA. May pagkakaiba ba from ABS to GMA?
Malaki ang pagkakaiba.
Oo.
Malaki. At nanibago ko. Nanibago talaga ako.
May
Sa-
culture, ano ba? May culture
merong huge
difference?
cultural difference.
Oo.
In ABS kasi very corporate. And very
Oh.
very corporate dahil malaki.
Yes.
At the same time, ang structure ng mga divisions, very corporate din. At even ang approach sa trabaho, very corporate, bilisan. Mabilis. Mabilis at very rigid. Kasi ang competition nun, yung
Yeah.
network
Pressured
matindi.
ata sila eh. Oo.
Nung lumipat ako sa GMA, nakita ko parang the people are nice. I'm not saying that ABS is not
Oo.
nice, but there's
Yeah.
a general niceness in GMA,
Parang it's more casual.
more casual and nicer. People are smiling. People are just nice to you. And then sabi ko, baka naman nice sila dahil bago ko.
Yeah.
Baka they're being nice to me kasi
Oo.
ako, I'm the new kid on the block eh.
Mm-mm.
Hindi, pagtapos sa isang taon, ganun pa rin. On the second year, ganun pa rin. On third year, on the fourth year, ganun pa rin. Then I realized, it's really, there's a culture of niceness and kindness and being laid
Yeah.
back in GMA7. Yeah.
Oh.
And now, ABS, mabilis. Kasi very
Oo.
corporate. Yeah. Ang GMA, very family, very, feel mo, yung pagkabait ng tao.
Yeah, I like that insight Kasi from the outside, you would think na it's entertainment, everything is the same. Pero it applies rin your regular work mo, it applies rin pala sa entertainment. Like,
Oo
there's
naman. Oo naman.
professional side, tapos
Ganun.
meron casual. So that's very interesting.
And you have to adjust as well. Nung unang mga buwan ko sa GMA, I still had that hardness and that quickness that I learned in my 17 years in ABS-CBN.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm coming out too strong and too hard.
Oh.
To people who are not used to it. Nag-adjust ako. Ngayon, ganun na rin ako.
So what was their reaction? Na ganun
Oo,
yung
nung
ugali?
medyo-
First days mo,
Mga first days ko, siguro tense sila. Baka magalit sa amin. Baka, alam mo, yun,
Oo. Yeah.
na-tense sila dahil ang tigas ko eh.
Mm-mm.
Ngayon, hindi na.
Softer ka na.
I was able to adjust and imbibe
Yeah.
the culture. And I am softer now. Yeah.
Okay. May sinasabi silang ugaling ABS. Yung ba yung sinasabi na napaka fast-paced,
Siguro yun.
very
Not-
competitive,
again,
ganyan?
To qualify, no? It's
Yeah.
not negative.
Oo.
It's just the culture. Mabilis, competitive, at rigid.
Yeah, very fast-paced.
Fast-paced.
ganun.
Oo.
Parang corporate din.
Oo.
Pumunta ka sa isang family-owned corporation, iba ang diskarte. Pumunta ka sa Meralco o sa RSA o pumunta ka
Yeah.
sa Smart o dun sa inyo, matigas
Oo.
at mabilis. At maingat ka dahil maraming mga steps na dapat mo pagdaanan. Pagka nagka-misstep ka,
Oo.
ay alam mo na.
De sa sa 5 naman, medyo laid back din. Although maraming
talaga.
mga taga-ABS na lumipat sa TV5.
Malamang naninibago rin sila.
Ninibago rin sila.
Kasi 5 naman, although it's corporate, it's much smaller
Oo.
than the ABS-CBN Corporation. With so many regional channels, with so many divisions within the building, ang laki.
May isang department ng ABS na they would talk to the artistas and para malaman nila paano i-market
Yeah, of course.
yung artista.
May mga study. At yung study na yan, sinasabi sa amin ng mga talent. May psychologist pa.
Ah.
Pagka hindi gumagana ang show mo, may psychologist na kakausap sa'yo.
Really?
Oo.
Saan yan? Sa
ABS
Sa
yan.
ABS.
Oo, sa ABS.
Sa
At
GMA,
palaging
wala
regularly kakausapin ka ng mga boss mo kasi may mga studies
Oo.
based on research and based on that division, nasasabihin na itong dapat na persona mo, ang equity mo, hindi mo nagagalingan dahil ganito, ganyan. It's good, but it's not good for me. It's both. Kasi sometimes, iba lang ang taste eh.
Oo.
Although, ang sining para sa akin, hindi mo pwedeng ilagay sa papel. Hindi mo pwedeng ilagay sa math. Hindi exact science yan eh.
Okay.
Ano yan eh, instinctive eh. Ako yun ha. Ako yun.
Oo. So very structured siya. Kasi
Very
may
structured.
mga
Oo,
psychologists
corporate talaga.
pa. Oo.
Oo.
Very corporate. Yeah.
Yun.
Parents, this is your cheat code to understanding your gamer kid. This is Keri Kita, Guide for Non-Gamer Parents. I'm Ray.
And I'm Joey. Hardcore gamers, hardcore parents. Let's learn from each other. Dito,
Keri Kita.
Kuya Kim, tatanong ko lang, ba't ba kayo nawala sa Showtime?
A time came na I wanted to focus on what I'm good at. And ang show ko nun, Matanglawin, hindi ko na rin masyadong natututukan because ang Showtime is a daily show.
Live yun eh.
Yeah.
Oo.
At I was told also that I'm good at information. And I figured I must be good in information. So I focused on my infotainment show. Nag-focus ako sa Matanglawin at doon sa segment ko sa TV Patrol na trivia
Weather lang.
Weather,
Diba?
pero may trivia yun.
Oo.
May research yun at may animals. So I just wanted to focus on what I'm good at.
Ito, katuwaan lang, Kuya Kim. Ano scientific name ng salbahing boss?
Salbahing boss?
Oo.
Bossus maliciosus.
Ganun eh, no? Kasi,
Ang bilis
marami
Kuya
bang,
Kim, ang bilis
pag nakikita kayo ng mga tao sa labas, marami ba nagsasabi, Kuya Kim, patrivia naman.
Marami.
Oo.
Marami palagi yan.
Oo.
Hanggang ngayon.
Anong trivia binibigay nyo?
Hanggang ngayon. Sa 21 taong ko sa television, basa ko ng basa ng trivia at research ako ng research, ma-retain ko lamang ang 20% nung nare-research ko. Malaking bagay na yun eh. Pero kunyari, hindi ko alam ang sagot sa tanong mo.
Oo.
May mabibigay ako sa yung sagot na magugustuhan mo pa rin. At matututo ka at sasabihin mo, wow, bago yan maganda yun Subukan mo ako.
Sige.
Tanungin mo ako ng matinding tanong.
Tinanong ako ng pamangkin kong bata, hindi ko masagot yung tanong niya eh. Why is the sky blue? Ginanon ako eh.
The sky is actually white. Pero nakikita ng sky yung reflection ng tubig na blue. Ay, hindi, baliktad pala, sorry. Ang dagat pala ang white. Ang dagat no, because of Rayleigh scattering. Rayleigh scattering, kasi ang ilaw merong spectrum, no? Roy G. Vivian, red, orange, yellow, green, the colors of the rainbow. At ang nakikita ng mata, yung pinakamaiksing spectrum. At yung pinakamaiksing spectrum ay blue. Kaya yun ang nakikita ng mata. Pero kung mas sensitive ang mata mo, at kung kunyari hindi ka tao, iba ang pananaw, kunyari isa kang matinding hayop, ang nakikita mo yung whole spectrum. Yung red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, indigo. Pero dahil ang spectrum ng mata ng tao, nakikita yung blue lamang, blue ang nakikita natin. Ngayon, ang tanong naman, nagkamali ako ng sagot, ang tanong naman dun sa, why is the sea blue? The sea is actually white. But because it reflects the sky, we see blue in the sea when it's actually white.
Okay. Ito naman, bakit may mga empleyadong underpaid?
May empleyadong underpaid because man is basically greedy. Man is basically fallen. May underpaid because if you allow the bosses to take advantage, I would say 80 to 90% of bosses will take advantage for profit. Kung mas maganda ang numero, lalaki ang profit, at payag ka naman na bawasan ang sweldo mo, babawasan ang sweldo mo. Pero kung di ka papayag at mabilib ka naman dun sa kapasidad mo at yung sa talent mo, maaaring di bigay sa'yo. Kasi pag nilagay sa papel yan, pag nawala itong talent na to, mas malaking profit ang mawawala sa akin. It's profit driven Because man is basically like that
Kuya Kim, sa buhay nyo ba naging underpaid rin kayo?
Naman. Oo naman.
Talaga?
I'd like to say, my first year in ABS-CBN, wala akong bayad.
Talaga?
Because I wanted to. I volunteered to work without pay. Because I had an agenda. My agenda when I worked in ABS for the first year was to get elected. I was a politician.
Oo nga. Konsehal ng Manila.
Isa akong politiko and my dad was on his last term as mayor. At sinabi sa akin ng tatay ko at ng pamilya ko, ikaw ang papalit kay Papa. So therefore, like any politician, sabi ko, I'll find a way to get exposed para iboto ko. Alam mo yung mga artista sikat Hindi naman ako artista. So I found a way to talk to my classmates and my friends who are now bosses in ABS-CBN. Nag-suggest ako, sabi ko, can I be in that morning show? Alam ko na kung saan
Yeah.
The morning show in 2004 was Magandang Umaga Bayan. Can I have a segment in that morning show? Wala tayong Steve Irwin sa Pilipinas. Steve Irwin, si Crocodile Hunter.
Yes,
I can be Steve Irwin of the Philippines. Talaga? Paano mo gagawin yan? Hawak namin ng zoo. Mayor si Papa
Yeah.
I can wrestle these big animals and it will be such good television. Uy, pwede yan. Teka muna, baka wala kaming budget para sa'yo. Di, huwag niyo akong bayaran. Dahil ang agenda ko hindi bayaran. Ang agenda ko ma-expose. Exposure lang.
Tama naman. Tamang marketing.
Nagtuloy. Okay. Pumatok. After a few months, hindi na animals ang ginagawa ko. Tao na. I was interviewing people. And then, meron na akong segment ng animals. Umiikot pa ako sa mga tao. Ang ganda na exposure nito. And then, after a few, sorry, let me qualify, no? Hindi 1 year,
Yeah.
walang trabaho, walang sweldo. 6 months.
6 months.
Oh.
Okay.
On the 7th month, kinausap ako ng boss namin, si Maria Ressa.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Maria Ressa, the Nobel Peace Prize
Yes.
awardee,
Yes. Oh.
who's a dear friend, was the head of news and public affairs and current affairs in ABS then. Sabi ni Maria, Kim, Mr. Atienza, I know exactly what you're doing.
Oh.
You are using news and current affairs because you have an agenda. And you have a political agenda. You are running for mayor next year.
Oh, that's very smart. She
Oo.
was able
Booking.
to.
Anong sabi niyo
Alam,
nun?
hindi naman smart yun. Obvious yun. Walang bayad eh.
Oo.
Bakit nagdudusa yung taong yan? Walang bayad. Eh,
Yeah.
syempre may agenda yan. Sabi ko, yes ma'am. But, ito sabi ni Maria, I'll never forget this. But, I like you. I like what you do. I would want you to work for me. Then she came out with a contract.
Wow.
Sabi niya, if you sign this contract, then you shall be employed by ABS-CBN. But you have to make a choice. You cannot run for office. You cannot even campaign for your family. You make a choice.
Oo.
If you make a choice, then welcome. But if you want to stay on in politics, you have to stop already. I'm not allowing this. Pinapili ako.
Mm-mm.
Ako nagdasal ako nun.
Ano sabi ng dad mo?
Ito pa, pupunta tayo dyan. Dasal muna. Sabi ko, Lord, give me a sign. Lord, give me a sign. Madasal
Yeah.
din ako tao eh. Give me a sign, give me a sign. A few weeks after that, on my birthday, a day after my birthday, Ka Ernie Baron died.
Naku.
Kinailangan ng kapalit ni Ka
Oo.
Ernie Baron. Ka Ernie Baron took 30 years to be an icon. And ako yung ipapalit.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, malinaw na sign to. So, it made me decide to make television my career because it's really my passion. Eh. Hindi naman politika. I was in politics for the wrong reasons. I was in politics because I love my dad, I love my family, but not because I wanted to serve the public. No, it was personal. And so, nung binigyan ako ng chance to get to embrace my passion professionally, sabi ko, ito na. Ang susunod na mahirap na desisyon, how do I tell my dad now?
Oo. Pero bago niyan, sinabi na ba ni Ernie Baron na ikaw ang papalit sa kanya?
Tama. Na-miss ko yan.
Oo.
One day, siguro mga a week after the conversation with Maria Ressa, I was assigned by my executive producer to cover Ka Ernie Baron. We were giving awards noon sa mga icon. We gave one to Noli De Castro and then I was assigned to go to Ernie Baron. So magandang umaga bayan. Ka Ernie Baron, nandito po kami para bigyan kayo ng award. Ka Ernie Baron was seated in his chair under a pyramid on the 4th floor of his building. May building yan sa Parañaque. Tapos sabing gano'n, no? Live to. Bata, upo ka dito. Wow, upo ako. Ang buhay may hangganan. Si Ka Ernie Baron, pwede na akong mamatay. Meron ang papalit sa akin. Then he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, ikaw ang papalit sa akin.
Wow.
Kinilabutan ako. Wala namang sakit si Ka Ernie Baron nun. He was perfectly healthy.
Oo.
Yeah.
And then yung co-host ko nung segment na yun, si Tita Winnie, naging umiyak. Ka Ernie Baron, huwag ka magsalita ng ganyan. Sabi ko, anyway, umuwi ako na stunned. I didn't know what it was dahil
I didn't expect it.
Oo,
Wala.
natural.
Tsaka yung parang may triangle, yung pyramid na sinusut niya lagi
Pero
yun
may basbas, binasbasan ako on air.
Oo.
And then a few weeks after that, January 23, when Ka Ernie Baron died. My birthday is January 24. I was told by my producer, Noel Ferrer, sabi niya, Kim, tomorrow on your birthday, wala tayong pa-party sa birthday mo, ha? Pag showbiz kasi, may party, kunyari surprise. Pero ako naman nagmaneho, nagdala ng mga kamag-anak ko ron.
Oo.
Wala kang party bukas. Well, that's okay, Noel. No. Serious. You have to cover Ka Ernie Baron's wake. He died today. Oh my gosh. Sabi ko, ang linaw ng sign. But because I was praying to the Lord all the time for signs. And He gave me the clear signs. Kung makakapagsalita si Lord doon, sasabihin sa akin, hello. Hello. Ang susunod na prayer ko, sabi ko, Lord, now give me the courage. The courage to tell my dad that I'll replace Ka Ernie Baron and not him. So, inimbita ko ang tatay ko sa bahay namin. Pagdating niya, hindi ako makapagsalita. Sabi ni Papa, Kim, huwag ka na magsalita. I know what you're going through. Whenever I watch you on television, I see how happy you are. When I see you in City Hall, parang inaantok ka palagi. Diyan ka na. I can see how happy you are. So I realized that day, more than politician, more than mayor, my dad was father first and foremost.
Yeah.
So hindi na ako nagsalita. I just hugged him. I kissed him and then I said, Dad, thank you. And that was the first day. I signed the contract the day after. That was the first day of Kuya Kim of Philippine Television. That was in 2004.
Wow.
So 21 years already. Yeah.
Ang ganda ng kwento.
Yeah, that's a very nice story.
Yeah.
Kuya Kim, ba't naman kayo tinawag na Kuya Kim? Ano yung origin nun?
Ganito yan. Yung una kong TV show sa ABS-CBN, Magandang Umaga Bayan, ang tawag sa lahat ng mga lalaki, Kuya. Kuya Julius, Kuya Erwin. Erwin Tulfo was a segment host. Kuya Erwin, Kuya Kim. Kinuya ko. Kuya, hoy Kuya, pasok ka na Kuya. Kuya Kim, Kuya. Lahat kami Kuya eh. Lahat ng babae, ate o tita.
Talaga?
Yun ang naging kasanayan. Na-reformat ang show.
Yeah.
Nung na-reformat, nag-ibang cast. Nawala yung mga ibang Kuya. Nasanay ako, halos 1 taon ako na Kuya ang tawag eh. Dumikit ang Kuya. Ako na lang ang Kuya. At si Winnie,
talaga?
naging Tita Winnie. Yung mga dating Kuya, nag-iba eh. So naging si Bayani Agbayani. Alam ka naman tawagin mo Kuya Bayani. Bayani Agbayani, naging Ryan Agoncillo. Yung mga sarili silang pangalan eh.
Yeah.
Nawala ang Kuya. Ako na lang ang Kuya.
Mm-mm.
And it so happens also that I'm older than most of them eh. So pag tinatawag ako, Kuya Kim, Kuya talaga ako. Hanggang nasanay ang tao. Natawagin akong Kuya. Pati mga lolo't lola.
Nag-stick na, no?
Kuya ang tawag.
Oo.
But it's such an honor to be called Kuya on television. Kuya entails respect, di ba?
Yeah.
At ang daming mga politiko trying to call themselves Kuya, hindi naman sila tinatawag na Kuya, hindi inherent eh. Ako tinawag akong Kuya. Hindi ko naman gusto, tinawag lang akong Kuya.
Oo.
Yung matawag ka na Kuya, isang honor yan. Malaking bagay.
True.
Ayun. So, ang ganda nung history nung kwento ni Kuya Kim sa atin. Sa sweldo ba naghagel kayo?
Palagi naman, every time merong renewal ng kontrata, merong haggling yan. Pero ang pinakamaganda, advice lang ha, kung renewal ng kontrata, mas maganda kung meron kang manager. Mas maganda. Kasi sometimes the haggling becomes difficult. And when it's difficult, it's best that difficult situation, hindi ikaw.
Parang good cup, bad cup.
Baka magkapikunan, baka mainis sa'yo. Pag ikaw nagdidemand ng sweldo, parang swapang mo. Kung meron kang manager na kumakausap para sa'yo, they can be the bad cup. And you're always okay ka lang.
Oo, kasi...
Ngayon, kung ako naman, no, even up to now kasi, no, I've been doing commercials for, again, 21 years already.
Yeah.
Pag madaling kausap at kaibigan, ako na lang.
Okay.
Oo, at pag sinabi yung presyo, okay na yan. Pero pag nakita kong medyo nilolobol ako, o medyo masyadong transactional, talk to my manager.
Masyadong corporate. May mga ganun eh.
May ganun.
Kailangan ng...
Hindi bali yung corporate, okay sa akin yun eh. Yung lowball.
Oo.
Yun ang
binabarat na siya, ganun.
Oo, pag ganun, ay kausapin mo manager ko.
So may manager ka for everything, pero
I
may
have one manager who's a dear friend who's been helping me with all my contracts since I started. This is Noel Ferrer.
Okay.
Kasi yung dati yung producer.
My former producer. Hanggang pumunta na sa 5 yan. Ngayon he's an independent na. But he manages talents that he likes. Hindi naman siya professional manager. He just manages people that he respects and that he likes.
Oo. Kuya Kim, ito part 1 ng interview nyo. Kasi yung part 2, pag-uusapan natin yung tawaran, yung sa sweldo, ganyan ha.
Yeah.
Para at least yung mga immortal na nakikinig sa atin, talagang nakaka-relate sila. So, kung kayo ay natuwa sa part 1 ng interview ni Kuya Kim, abangan ninyo yung part 2. Zar, mag-promote na tayo ng ating mga social media accounts.
Yeah, so just follow me on LinkedIn. So it's Zara de los Reyes 1. So if you have any questions about careers, ano ba, mga sweldo, actually kagabi nga may nagtanong about transitioning from being in HR going to tech.
Oo.
So mga ganun, just ask sa LinkedIn. So it's Zara de los Reyes 1.
Okay, Kuya Kim, kayo po. Social media.
Yeah, for unang-una, panoorin niyo po ako sa GMA7 po ako ngayon. Meron tayong 3 show. TikTok Clock, 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, araw-araw po yan. And then, pagdating naman po ng gabi, nasa 24 oras po ako. Kuya Kim, yung knowledge segment po natin dyan. Everyday po yan, every weekday. At every Saturday, alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga, dami mong alam, Kuya Kim. GMA din po.
Ayun. So, follow nyo kami sa Underpaid, Facebook, Instagram, sa TikTok. At syempre ako, Stanley Chi sa lahat ng social media platforms and Suplado Motors. Okay?
Yeah, follow Suplado Motors.
Mag-subscribe kayo sa Spotify, sa Underpaid Podcast. At syempre, magkita-kits tayo sa episode sa Monday, Thursday kasi tayo eh. So eto, alam nyo na, lalabas to sa Monday, yung susunod, Thursday naman.
Yes.
Okay, so there you have it. For Kuya Kim, Zardos Reyes, I'm your host, Stanley Chi. This is the Underpaid Podcast.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.